I think it's safe to say that this time of year is the part I was dreading the most. And that's for more than one reason. Apart from the fact that, like today, we've got 40 plus mile-an-hour winds and rain. This year, for the first time, I don't have a greenhouse. I've always had greenhouses when I've grown plants. So especially when it gets to the times of year that it drops really cold, I've got extra protection. I've got a few degrees more warmth in there, especially when using bubble wrap. So I can still carry on growing, just at a smaller scale. However, since we had to move to this caravan site, that's kind of all changed this year. We've got a little propagator, but you can't get much or anything in there. I can't do anything inside this caravan either. I think long term it would cause too many problems. It's just about the space. And although we do small space gardening, it's nice to have somewhere just to bring plants on or even start them off. I don't really want to be doing that inside this caravan. I don't think Ginny would be happy about that either. So what do you do through the colder months? Something I've done for a few years, once it gets to this time of year, is microgreens. Because you can grow them as little baby seedlings and then harvest them. And the reason people do that is because when that plant is so small, they contain a lot more nutrition than the fully grown plant. And I have got a couple of videos on how to grow microgreens. So that's something you might want to take a look at if it's something that you want to do. It's that time of year where you sit with your nose to the window, because it's not really nice to be outside during this time of year. And the weather this year has especially been bad. I think everybody will agree with that. So it's kind of the time of year in this new situation where all I can really do is clean up empty pots and containers. We have, however, started a new compost bin, and that's so that we can save compost that we've already used, re-amend it with some bloodfish and bone next year, and then we get off to a start without shelling out for bags of compost straight away. But it's still only on a small scale. But something is better than nothing. So basically I've gone around, we've emptied loads and loads of containers, threw the plants away, bagged and binned. But we have got something else that we've got growing in garden that looks okay. And I'll just give you a quick update on that. As you can see, it's an horrible day. I think I've picked the wrong time to come out. But this is what I was going to show you. There are spring cabbages, what we recently planted. And they're Durham early cabbages. But look at the size of the leaves on them now. They're really starting to come on. We have got a couple that's slightly smaller. Believe it or not, we're also still getting strawberries, which is brilliant. But most other things have about finished. The French beans did survive, by the way, from that cold snap we had, and we are still getting some lettuce. I'm not too sure about this celery though. Although it's a good size, I'm not sure if that's doing what it's supposed to do. We've also got some more spring cabbage in there as well. The pepper plants did pull through in end, and some more are trying to ripen as well, as you can see there. But we haven't got much of anything else growing at the moment. As you can see, all containers have been emptied. We have still got some carrots. I don't think there's much of anything in there at the moment. There's a tiny one just there, if you can see that. So I'm just going to leave them, see if they amount to anything later. I did bring that basket of fire plant back outside because we had a few days of sun, and now you can see we're getting even more colour. It's just a horrible, miserable day today. And that's where I've started a compost bin. As you can see, we've emptied tubs in there. We're going to break all that up and then we can amend it. So that's worked out to be quite useful. And around this side, not much or anything really. We are, however, still getting golden raspberries. But it'll soon be time to cut this plant back. It's looking a little bit worse for wear, to be honest. I'm going to just put locks on his sheds, and that's where we're keeping all these containers that we've emptied. That wind's knocked over a plant again. That's that Armageddon hot pepper plant. But look at this one. All those peppers are still ripening. The plant is basically dying, but yet the peppers are still trying to ripen, which is brilliant. Looks like the wind's knocked one off down there as well. But this container garden has certainly changed. There's some more plants knocked over by wind. But better get these all stood up. I'm going to have to wedge them in between other things. That's the T-Rex. That's gone over. Them containers are really heavy, yet the wind is still knocking them for 6. Anyway, since it's such a miserable day, there's not much you can do. So, as you just saw, pretty miserable out there today, and it's not going to get any better. That wind is going to continue to rage all through night. So I was thinking that maybe next year I might look into getting a lean-to greenhouse. We can put one at the back of this van, and it shouldn't cause any problems, especially since if I do get one, I won't get a glass one, because that could be an health and safety problem. But we can definitely look into something like that, ready for next season. And at least that way, I can get plants in there, start them off quicker, and bring them on faster as well. And then maybe next autumn, winter, we'll still have something to do through colder months. We have got them spring cabbages, and they are looking really healthy, but they are suited to this kind of weather. The cold will not bother them. I've grown red cabbages, and I've grown them to this size, and that's all the way through winter, and they were really good. So when we came to harvest those, we got loads that we could blanch and freeze. This year has been a lot smaller scale to what we've been used to in past. But if you've seen previous videos, you'll know that we've still got loads of produce. And considering everything was grown outside without the protection of a greenhouse, I think we did really well, especially since those peppers have still got fruit on and they're trying to ripen in mid-October. So we'll see what we can do over the next few weeks. If there's anything that I can sow and grow outside, I'll probably get a bit of something going, but I'm not doing anything inside. So if you're one of those people that are sat with your nose to the window, you could always try some microgreens or something like that, just to keep you busy. Or maybe plant some winter cabbages. We have got videos on here, a playlist that tells you what you can sow and grow every single month of the year. So if you look that playlist up, you can just click on October, November, December, and there will be things on there that you can plant, and even better if you've got a greenhouse as well. And just before I go, thank you so much to Jim Collins for making a donation to the channel. Really kind of you, Jim, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you for your generosity. Anyway, that's it for this quick update on a very miserable day. And hopefully you've still got something growing, or you're thinking of starting something. So if you're not sure what to do, check that playlist out and it will give you a complete list of what you can grow through autumn and winter. Anyway, thank you so much for being part of the channel, and if you want to see more updates in future, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care.